Whip, womp, womp. Welcome back, Lord of the Rings.
We're gonna kill a troll.
Welcome back to this licensed RPG game. We are killing a troll. Here it is. Good thing about crippling smash and other similar moves is you can basically just cheese the game out with it.
Really?
Because every time you use crippling smash, it shunts him down behind Hadhod. So if you just keep using crippling smash, you can just completely oust him from the turn list.
Oh yeah, when you're only fighting one person, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna use a fucking long bottom leaf. Smoke that bad boy up. Whoa, 270 blaze it. Good. Yep. Look how easy it is.
That's quite funny.
Lots of odd design choices that made sense at the time, unless you have this specific circumstance. You're like, well, then you're just not going to have a turn.
Yeah, well, I guess
Bye.
the idea is if you work that out and you've got one powerful enemy, then good on you.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work when they throw lots of stuff at you.
No, true. I suppose it's...
I can't do it anymore.
No, you might be able to when you select it.
No.
No, select it.
Oh yeah, sure, you're right.
It's when it targets it, and then it knows which enemy it's going to be slowing.
Yeah, that was easy.
Yeah, it's just odd because it doesn't. I don't think it affects stats. I think it literally is a raw movement in the turn order.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're not really slowing them down. We're just shunting it three turns behind.
Shall we heal Elagos before we get into the next combat?
Oh, I guess we can do that. Oh yeah, let's use an item because we have all this fucking.
We've got so much king. Just use up the king's foil.
Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
There we go.
Sorted.
It's all good. We should have done stats. Never mind.
Whatever. Next time.
Next time we'll do it. Not next time.
Not next time.
It's not next time yet. It's
this time.
It's still this time. Yeah. Keep tuning in for us. Not.
Don't change that dial. You're listening to Chrissy Boy. And some other nickname for me.
And the pooper. You left it to me.
I don't know what to expect, really.
Number one good friend. Me. Anyway, let's talk about something.
Orcbane should work on goblins, because technically goblins are orcs.
Yes. Yes, you're right. It doesn't.
Yeah, no, I know.
But you're right. Logistically, you're quite correct. They are like the further devolved orcs, aren't they?
Yeah. I think in the books they're just interchangeable. They're just Moria orcs.
Yeah. But I suppose they needed to
I guess they're further right
delineate
from
them. They just delineated them for this game because it's like, well, we need more meta. Ugh. Fuck, man. Previous episode we were talking about loads of shit. Politics and fruit.
Did you see that in Shadow of War, some of the war chiefs can be Olokai, with the really smart trolls?
No.
Yeah. Not just orcs and urks.
Ooh.
There's trolls in the Nemesis system now as well.
Oh, sweet. I'm gonna fuck this guy up. Fuck you, masky boy. It's like the best possible form of helmet, and I don't know why all the rest of them don't wear that.
Yeah.
That seems just demonstrably better, because it protects the whole face, rather than just a small subset of the face.
I mean, I don't see them having any forges, I'm assuming that everything that they're wielding is looted and found from other things.
I guess. Well, I don't know, maybe they would have repurposed some of the dwarven forges?
Yeah, maybe.
Would they have enough intelligence to do that?
See, I can't... I always imagine that, like, the more feral orcs not to be able to do that. And then obviously the higher, maybe they're like Mordor orcs who are smarter.
Yeah. They have, like, base intelligence.
Yeah. Well, the orcs are quite smart, I think.
Yeah. Well, because they're just, they're sort of like men. Strong brown men.
Isn't...
They are, though.
Well, isn't the implication that they, like, forced...
They're like a crossbreed.
Human women to fuck orcs?
No.
No?
No.
Good.
I think they are supposed to be like a half-breed race, but I think they're
a magical half-breed rather than a...
They're forged by like dark sorcery because remember they have the scene in the film where like Saruman's trotting around in the fucking the sludge pit, so presumably they're just like created somehow, just probably some sort of eugenics affair. But they're because the whole point is that they have the strength of men, or like more than men, or no, the strength of orcs, but they're not. They can move around in the day. Yeah. Something about orcs is that they can't do that for whatever reason, or they're weakened by the sun, but Uruk-hai can. Yeah. So they're better. They're also bigger. It's like mechanically they are bigger creatures than orcs, so theoretically they should be stronger and better. Hey, look at this. Ooh, a belt buckle.
Fun trivia for the D&D campaign that you are currently playing. I went to pains to make sure that all of the half-race things in this world are not due to, like, orcs fucking humans. Like, they're all happening because of something supernatural or something divine that happened in the past. Oh, yeah. Because I just... bothers me the implication, like, it's half orcs. That time that a human had sex with an orc, like, there's just the power dynamic here is problematic at best.
Yeah.
I don't know what
it's okay to say these things about orcs because they're not real. Yeah,
well, they're always described as sort of half animalistic, so...
Yeah, they're basically like feral.
Yeah, someone's not consenting here.
Yeah, feral dark elves sort of thing.
Yeah. That's another thing, fucking drow. I'm not black in my thing. They are monochromatic. Both elves and drow range. Like, elves just have normal human colour range from white to black. Whereas drow are literally white to black. Like, absence of colour.
Yeah.
Because again, implications that are unfortunate.
Yeah, there's lots of there's lots of just weird race stuff in fantasy lore.
Well, it's because they all, like, classically they tend to be white fantasies.
Yeah, and they were written by dudes in like the fat bearded dudes in the 1920s. And also H.P. Lovecraft, who's a skinny white dude.
Massive racist.
Yeah.
Like, there's someone who is above and beyond the racism of the time.
He's outside the standard deviation of racism. He's like, ooh, the elder gods are stirring restlessly and there's lots of scary elder shit, and also black people are inferior. Because the great Cthulhu came out of the ocean, terrified all around him, just in order to pop in and tell us that the negroids aren't allowed to be in society. It's like, Jesus Christ, Lovecraft.
It's just really weird, because, like...
Don't go there.
The Tolkien stuff is, like... Everything is framed around the race thing, and it's unfortunate, but, like, that's how it is.
Yeah.
With Lovecraft, you could literally lift the racism out, and it wouldn't change the mythos at all.
I haven't read much Lovecraft.
Oh god,
so you could don't perfect mode yet. Swap him for Adriel.
Swappy.
Yeah, I've read a couple of Lovecraft stories, so I don't remember the ones that I read being horrendously racist, but I gather from many other sources that he's just overtly like...
Yeah, and I think it's always there, even if it's...
Dropping M-bombs and probably relying on stuff like phrenology, like, well, the sloping brow of the Mongol races, and, you know, additional trash bag, quack bullshit science. Anyway, racism's bad. Don't do racism, kids. Once again.
Don't be funny. Don't try to be funny, rather. Don't be a shit. Don't be racist. Well, these are the lessons learned.
Two of those three are good lessons.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be a cunt. And don't be a racist. Don't be a racist. Sort of can go under one umbrella. Maybe move them up there. Yeah. Can go under one umbrella. Life lesson of don't be a shit. Being a racist sort of falls under the category of being a shit. If you're racist, you're shit. But try to be funny. Try to do funny things. But I'm gonna use some fucking healing magic.
Yeah, I would.
Not magic. Items. Great to help. Excuse me, Jesus. Burpy hiccups.
Yeah, I did something.
Did you?
No, it did something.
Oh.
It healed a little bit.
There's a door. We need a new topic of conversation. We've entirely run this.
We have come to the conclusion that racism is bad.
This is the hardline stance that we're taking. It may offend some of you, but we're taking a hardline stance on racism, it being bad, and it is bad.
Who should I heal?
Barathor. There it is. It is a cumbersome menu system sometimes.
It doesn't help that once you're like, you can't actually see who the hell when you're targeting them.
Yeah, that is weird. It's weird that it doesn't give you like a little arrow at the side of the names on the screen as well. How about RPGs? Let's talk about RPGs or something.
Sure.
Have you played other RPGs?
I have played an RPG in the past.
What was it?
I mean...
Was it just this one?
Yes, I have played this one before. I tried playing Final Fantasy 13 and I could not do it.
Wow.
I just couldn't get past the tutorial. It's just...
It was like 20 hours of the game, though.
No, it was just too... I wanted to do stuff and it wouldn't let me do stuff and I was only renting it. So I decided to give it back.
That wasn't the move that I wanted to use. That's a shame. Yes. That cost 65 AP.
I am more of a Western RPG fan than an JRPG fan.
Yeah. Prefer an action RPG
Mass
rather
Effect
than a turn-based.
is probably my favourite, even though that's barely an RPG, really.
Yeah.
The first one's very RPG-y. The second two, less so.
Yeah, I mean, those are all different games that have RPG elements.
Yes.
But then, I suppose almost any game can realistically be classed as an RPG.
Yeah, everything has it. Even Horizon's an RPG, which I didn't think it would be.
Yeah, because it has stats and item management and stuff.
And, like, side quests and...
Fucking... Yeah. An RPG doesn't necessarily have to be turn-based. Well, you like Fire Emblem.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Fire Emblem and Pokemon.
This is a strategy RPGs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really played a sprawling JRPG, Final Fantasy or the like.
Well, Final Fantasy 13 is atypical.
Yeah, it's all linear, wasn't it?
Yeah. Lots of people did not like Final Fantasy 13 at all. I quite like it. I have not completed it.
No.
Not even...
Did you play any of the sequels?
No, I own them, but because I haven't beaten the first one, I haven't played them yet.
Fair enough.
I like the designs, I like the artwork, I like the characters.
Yeah, I like the world. It was interesting. I like the sort of almost sci-fi.
Yeah. I don't mind the battle system.
Yeah, no, I had no problem with
I think it's fine.
the mechanics of it. It just wasn't letting me do anything.
Yeah.
Like I was just following the path, painting by numbers.
The game is weirdly set up so that it won't let you play the game until it tells you how to do it, which is weird.
Yeah, just let me...
Like eventually, I think like 15 hours in, the game will finally let you choose who's in your party.
Really?
Yeah. At the beginning of the game, even though there are a bunch of characters, it just spends loads and loads of time forcing you to have certain characters in the party. And then eventually it's like, oh, by the way, you can change... Fuck off! You can change members of the party and have who you want. It's like, oh, wicked. Cool. I mean, we met all of these characters like 5 hours ago. Why could I not use all of them? It's stupid. But
yeah, I mean, I remember I got to a more built-up futuristic-y city.
Yeah.
And there was a giant motorcycle robot.
Yeah.
And it was obviously a difficulty spike, and I really couldn't be bothered to do the grinding, and so I bailed.
Yeah, I suppose that's a lot of the problem with JRPGs like that, is that they're very heavily predicated around grinding. That's one of the problems that sort of Fire Emblem has. As a tactical RPG, it's... well, in the earlier Fire Emblems at least, it's impossible to grind.
Yeah.
Like the game literally... You can't. There's no time.
mechanic, yeah.
And so, the newer Fire Emblems, Sacred Stones, Awakening, where there's a world map, so you can sort of fanny around and do little skirmishes and level up your units a bit, are good, because then it means there's never any point in the game where you're like, well, my units aren't strong enough to beat these enemies.
And there's nothing I can do about it.
So I guess we just have to fucking suck it up and die, and the game stops.
Yep. Well, even with Birthright, I stopped because it was obvious that I had to do a bunch of grinding and I had other stuff to do.
Yeah, yeah.
The new Pokemon games are getting very good. You don't really have to grind.
Yeah, if you don't want to, they've set up enough items and stuff that you can.
Yeah, not even the items.
Sweep through it.
Sun and Moon, I got through to the Elite Four without doing any grinding. Really, I just played it naturally. I didn't avoid tall grass. I fought all the people on the way.
Yeah.
And that was more than enough to
get
everyone, especially with the XP share.
I guess they've fine-tuned it enough now that they know with the game being the size that it is and the enemies being laid out as they are, they can fine-tune exactly what levels all the final bosses need to be, such that if you've played the game without running away from everything and fighting everything that's on the pathway, it should be a reasonable challenge. But a lot of people would say that you haven't really played an RPG like that unless you've spent ages grinding.
Well, I mean,
I can see where they're coming from, but grinding's boring.
Just because that's how it was always done doesn't make it fun.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make it fun at all. Still boring. Grinding is boring. It's a chore.
It is effectively just rote repetition.
Yeah. Anyway, next time on Chris Plays the Thing, fucking running out of speech.